Hello there, how are you? My name is Eko Mensah, and this is my first live video for the year 2023. Um, how have you been? I've made it a goal to tell everybody I encounter, especially online, Happy New Year, and may 2023 be good to you. Because 2022 was pretty tough for a lot of people, and especially for people in business. But this year feels like it's going to be a good year. And I don't know if you feel that too, but I think it's indicative of the fact that the year cannot wait to actually pick up. You know, unlike other years where January seems to be very long, this year January seems to be running very fast. So maybe it's just an indication that the year is going to be amazing. All right. So, hey, Herbert, good seeing you yesterday. I'm here today just to welcome you to the year and also to just tell you three things I'm passionate about and I'm looking to achieve this year. Someone saw me yesterday at my cousin's wedding and said I look tired already. And I said, yeah, I mean, I cannot lose a day in 2023. One of my predominant goals is to make sure that each day counts and each day is accounted for. And I hope that will be your goal as well. Make sure that each day of your life in 2023 counts. You don't lose any day in 2023. Make sure that you are able to account for each day of your life, including weekends. And that's why I'm even doing this live on Sunday, because really, at the end of the day, everything that your life sums up to is like the sum total of everything you did every day of your life. So make sure that each day counts and each day is accounted for. So there are three things I'm most passionate about. Anybody that knows me knows that I'm passionate about these three things. One is obviously women. Well, yeah, I think that growing up, I've always been passionate about women, mainly because my influences, the closest influences of my life, have always been women. I'm in between two amazing sisters, two outstanding sisters. My elder sister, a pillar of support, a pillar of strength. My younger sister is just a warm, caring, fuzzy, fluffy, young, amazing, beautiful woman. And in between these two sisters, I learned a lot. And of course, my mom is a solid woman of prayer, a solid woman of faith, a solid woman of God, and a solid woman of support. In fact, I think my mom is not just a mom for us. My mom is a mom for a lot of people. And sometimes when you get to share this amazing woman with so many people, you get to see the value of the gifts that God has given us in the form of our mom. Of course, I have my dad, amazing entrepreneur, and I have my younger brother, amazing guy. He just got married and we are all excited for him. But in between these two sisters, I learned a lot. And also looking at my mom's life, I really was convinced that when women are economically empowered, there's so much that they can do. And it's not just the examples of my sisters and my mom, but so many women out there. Just give them a little and they're able to transform it into much, and not just for their benefit, but for the benefit of everybody around them. So my focus and passion and interest in women is mainly around their economic empowerment. How do we help them to be financially independent? How do we help them to grow their careers? How do we help them to grow their business? How do we help them to grow their person through personal branding, to be able to attract opportunities so that as they grow, everybody around them grows? So one of my main goals for this year is to really power up my women's network, that is Women Rising Network. And this year, our focus is to make it financially sustainable. I'm personally not a believer of all these grants and donations. I think they're not sustainable. So I feel that people should be conscientized and thought to be able to, own their own development, own their own growth, and also be able to invest in some of the things that matter to them. So, Woman Rising, one of the focus of this year is to look at how do we build a financially sustainable model and how do we grow our reach to as many people as possible. We are hoping to get to 100,000, but well, we don't know how the year is going to go, but we're aggressive. We're aggressive, and we're looking at working with women to enhance the structure of their businesses to be able to attract the financing they need to expand. So we are doing so many things and we are calling on so many people to help. So one of my focus areas for 2023 is women through Women Rising. And I also have something called Tech Women 100, Girl Empowered, quite a number of women initiatives that are all geared towards women economic empowerment. So if you're as passionate about women as I am, please do reach out, join Women Rising, or just let me know how you can be part of it and to support our work with women. The second one is young people. Young people, they say, are the future leaders, but you and I know that they are growing so fast that I can't say they are the future leaders anymore because the things they know, the things they're exposed to now. I mean, babies literally know how to use phones better than their parents. You know, they are able to observe and even tell your passwords and go into your phone without your permission. Now, most of us have to be careful around our children, especially with conversations that we have with adults when the kids are around, because they pick up so much and they repeat it in places that if you don't take care, you'll be very not just surprised but embarrassed as well. So the kids are growing so fast, and young people are not just the future leaders now. We should teach them to own their present, because at the end of the day, it is when they succeed now that they can eventually succeed later. But if we have to wait thinking that they are future leaders as such, we are hoping that they grow into it, will be probably too surprised and too late. So young people are very, passionate to me, and it's about their growth. It's about their mindset. I'm very passionate about three things when it comes to young people. Mindsets change. The way they think, they should get out from the scarcity mentality, thinking that if they succeed, or if others succeed, they cannot succeed. But the world is so big and there's so many opportunities for everybody. So mindset change, building their confidence, building their capacity, building their potential to succeed. And of course, skills development. It's not just about what you know, but what you know how to do. And also people and network and relationship building. Like it or not, people are essential to your growth. People are essential to your success. And these are the three essential things that I intend to teach young people. And as part of that, I'm running a campaign called One Goal Campaign. One goal for 2023 campaign. One goal for 2023 campaign. I mean, as part of our New Year resolution, you know that a lot of us do a lot of, ambitious, audacious things and goals and have a lot of plans. And we are saying that it's okay to have all those plans, but we just want you to give us one goal that you must definitely achieve this year. It doesn't matter whether it's a academic goal, it's a relationship goal, it's a finance goal, it's a business goal, it's a career goal, it's a health goal. We don't care what focus the goal is in. We just need you to be clear on what the goal is, because one thing is certain: when the destination is clear, how it determines how fast you can even get there. When you're lost and you're not too sure where you're going, you get to waste a lot of time and resources. So then when you know that that is the one goal that you want to definitely achieve in 2023, aside all the other goals, they are equally important. But to me and to the rest of my mentors and coaches and consultants that are on the One Goal for 2023 campaign, we are concerned about that just one goal, whether it's to have a partner, to marry, to start a business, to grow a business, to make some amount of money. We just tell us what the goal is. All right. So if you go through my timeline, there's a link that when you click, you fill a very short, straightforward form, and then we reach out to you and then put you on the plan. And then every month, every quarter, every half year, the entire year, we provide you support on this One Goal campaign. And as part of the One Goal for 2023 campaign, I have made it a point to write one article a day. And that's me pushing myself, and I'm sure some of you have seen some of my articles. They're quite lengthy, but be patient with me. Maybe I'll turn it into a podcast as well so that you can listen. But the essence of these articles are supposed to help you on the path to achieving that your one goal. So by reading it, you get insight into so many different things. And I like some of the conversations and the questions that have come out of my articles. So pay attention to my articles. They are on my Facebook timeline, my Instagram page, and as well as my website, that is ecomensa.com. So every day for the rest of the year, I'm going to look for topics that I would write about that would be insightful and would help you. Tomorrow, for instance, I'll just give you a clue. We are talking about the 4 indispensable truths about money. And it's going to be an amazing article. Today we looked at the 4 principles that would be that affect you regardless of your religion. I don't know if you read it, but it would be great if you can read it. All right. So join the One Goal for 2023 campaign. Just sign up and see this the massive support that you're going to get, not just from me, but from 12 other coaches, mentors that are willing and ready to help support you on your journey. And the third category of people that I'm passionate about and I'm looking at really, really helping are people that have startups. Okay. I mean, the startup ecosystem, we've been there and we've impacted it for a very long time. And for those of you who know me, you know I do Startup Awards, Startup Club 100, and quite a number of initiatives around starting up, startups and starting up and sustaining your business. My focus for this year is really how do you build sustainability with focus on cash flow and customer service, because it is important that regardless of how excited you are about your ideas, regardless of how passionate you are about your business, if you're not serving anybody and if nobody is giving you money and if you're not ensuring a healthy cash flow, you will not survive in business. You will not survive in business. And as such, my focus on startup and SMEs, I'm going to help them and train their employees. We're going to do something called the National Employee Development Program. We're going to train their employees. I mean, I don't know how often you train your employees, but if you don't train your employees, they are not sharp enough. So you rather spend money and resources and you don't get any result back and you feel that they're not competent enough. But trust me, you've built experience with experimenting, trying, and now you can do things faster than a lot of people can do. And because you also don't have enough budgets to get the best of the best, you always get what you can afford and hope that they perform to meet your expectation, and sometimes even exceed your expectations. Trust me, it doesn't work like that. So you need to make sure that your employees are signed up on the National Employee Development Program, where they get to be trained at least once a quarter. It comes at a very affordable rate, and when we launch it, you will see that it's going to be a powerful way of ensuring that your employees are conscientized and trained and their capacities are built to get you the results and be productive as you expect them to be. So with startups and SMEs, we're going to train their employees. We're also going to help them with their finances and make sure their structures and systems are in place to ensure continuity. We are going to help build the capacities of the leaders to make sure that they are not just visionary, but they are also focused on people growth, people management, and cash flow. So there's so many things we're going to do for startups and SMEs. And that sums up my 3 focus areas for 2023. Women, of course, young people, and those that are running startups and SMEs. And I'm sure when we focus on these people, 2023 would be a very successful year for all of them and for all of us, those of us that are going to be part of the things that we're going to do. This is what I'm going to close off my live session with. And I'm hoping that if I have any questions, I am going to answer them. I can see a lot of you. I'm going to acknowledge you. But this is what I'm going to wrap up with before I get to the question time. So if you have any questions about anything I've said, how to join Women Rising, how to be part of the One Goal for 2023 campaign, how to be part of the SME startup and SME programs that we're going to do, just ask me here and I'll be more than happy to share with you. But this is what I'm closing off with. And I always say this in on any platform that I get and anywhere that I go. Listen, it is good to pray. It is good to be religious. It is good to be diligent. It is good to be passionate. It is good to be excited. It is good to want to do amazing things. It is good to want to help people. But at the end of the day, it's not just about getting it done. It is about making sure that you continuously are able to deliver and be able to sustain the things you're doing. So if there's one advice that I'm going to give you, regardless of what you do, especially if you're in business or you want to go into business, or if you are in you're an employee and you want to do well and grow in your and career, whatever you do, this is one thing that you should focus on: serving people. Serving people. You see, at the end of the day, the network that you have is equivalent to the net worth that you will eventually have. Your network is your net worth. You've heard this thing before, right? And mostly when we say serve people, everybody thinks that it's equated to free. Listen, I have seen people that have paid 1 million Ghana cedis or $1 million for a service, and then they were so grateful for the result of that service that they gave more money or they thanked them profusely. And that was like a very mind-opening, mind-boggling thing for me, that somebody can actually pay you over 1 million Ghana cedis, but be so grateful for the support you've given them as if you did it for free. So helping people, supporting people, and being valuable to people does not necessarily mean it has to be free. A lot of you are so fixated on NGOs and non-profits and donations, and it's all good. Okay, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really help anybody on a sustainable basis. Okay, so serving people, building your capacity to be able to build valuable and resourceful relationship would go a long way to help you in anything you do, because at the end of the day, when you meet people at their needs, at the value that they appreciate, and they give you that value exchange enables you to do more of the good that you want to do in this world. So serve people, but serve them on a level of value that brings you value to enable you to sustain the things you're doing. And I know I've used value twice. For instance, if you provide a service, make sure the service is excellent and is meeting and exceeding expectations, and make sure there's a cost to it. Even if you want to do it for free, let them know that this is the investment you are making into their life. So then they should take it seriously, so that they don't think it's free and they can just handle it or take it anyhow they want. Serve people, let that be your mantra, but make sure you're serving them on a level of value, and then you are getting some value back. What that means is that your knowledge, your skills, and your capacity to deliver should be on point. Find people that need the things that you're good at and deliver it to them at a certain value that they will appreciate. Don't be in a hurry to serve too many people at the same time, or don't be so fixated on doing it for so many people. Just start with a small number and build that relationship to a point where they give you referrals and you keep doing it for other people. Make sure there's a value on your head. Make sure there's a value on the things you do. Make sure there's a value on the services you provide. Make sure there's a value attached to your name, so that people don't think that they can just take you for granted and use you because you're so good, you want to do everything for free. That is what I will end this year with. And that is a lesson I've taken over 10 to 15 years to learn, because mostly culturally we are brought up to believe that we should do good, and doing good does not have to be something that is associated with money. So we have a wrong perception about money and finance and all that, and this year we're going to do a lot of those, retooling our mind. Money answereth all things. I mean, it's the Bible that said it, right? And if you find this lesson late in life, you realize that there's nothing you do that will be sustainable. Everything you do has to have a value to it. And I'm hoping that, more importantly, this year, you'll be able to equate a value to your name, so that when that name is mentioned, like Dangote, there's so much respect and pride towards that name, not because the name is nice, but because the name is associated with a certain value. And you and I know that it has a B in front of it. When you're a billionaire, you don't have to talk much. All right. So if I say Herbert Henry Kreku, regardless of what this amazing guy does, if I can say that he's a millionaire, he doesn't talk much. All right. So value or money has a way of defining you and getting you the respect that you need, that will help people to listen, pay attention, and support the cause that you're on. All right. So Let your name be associated with a certain value. And it can be a figure, it can be, let not people just say, God bless you and thank you and all that. No, 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 no. Let them sign a check and think about the amounts they are signing, and then let them like, no, this is not your value. Trust me, they would even beg you to give you less because you need to be compensated beyond that. So then, because of the associated value to your name, they literally beg you, please, we know that you cost more, but then we don't have the budget. Is it possible you can still do it at see, when people are begging you for the things you're passionate about, you know that you have arrived. True. You know that you have arrived when people are begging you about things that you know you would have done for free. All right. I love to teach. I love to train. And I charge not less than $300 to train a day. All right. And sometimes people who know my value would literally beg me to take less because they know that, yeah, Charlie, there's an associated value to my name. So this year, if you have to have a success plan and there has to be just one goal, and in joining one goal for 2023, make sure that you determine a value to your name. If I mention Stephanie Ibrahim or Ibrahim, Stephanie Ibrahim, there should be a value that comes to mind. If I mention Catherine Engman, there should be a value that comes to mind. If I mention Emmanuel, there should be a value that comes to mind. Do you understand? Because at the end of the day, it's not even just about the money you get. It's about the respect that people associate with your name and the value they give to your time, your gifts, your talent, and your resources. So that's what I'll end on. Otherwise, I'll just go on and on and on and on and on. But this year, I'm going to do a lot. I'm going to pour myself out to people that need me, because I don't want to leave this earth and have so much within me. I love to write. I'm going to do a lot of writing every day. I love to talk. I'm going to do a lot of talking every day. I love to help people. I'm going to help a lot of people every day. And now I've added, I love to make money. I'm not associated with making money. I'm going to change that perception. I'm going to make a lot of money so that a lot of the things I do will be sustainable and there'll be a value attached to my name. If I asked those of you watching right now, put an amount that you think is associated with Echo Mensa, what would it be? And I think this would be very revealing for me. Just put an amount in the chat box. If you hear the name Echo Mensa, what amount would you associate with my name? If you write 1,000 CDs, I'm done with you. I'm blocking you. So you see, sometimes it's not even about the money you have in your bank account, because a lot of these billionaires and millionaires that we hear about, they don't have that cash in their bank account, but it's a value that they can always have access to. All right. So let me just say thank you to those of you who were able to join me. Herbert, you were there from the beginning. Thank you so much for everything. Barbara Dennis is here. Catherine Engman is here. Nita K is here as well. Let me see. Ella is here. Edmond. Oh, Stephen. Wow, Stephen is here. Akani is here. My newest client, the most passionate woman I've met in 2023. Ikisi is here as well. Okay, so I quite a number of people. Thank you so much for joining. I don't know if you have any questions. I asked you to put a value to my name. Nobody has done it. Ghanaians are quite conservative and reserved, so I'm sure nobody wants to get on my bad side. But thank you. If you have no more questions for me, that is my live session for today. I'm passionate about women and their economic growth. I'm passionate about young people, their mindset change, and they doing a lot more with their lives. And I'm passionate about startups and SMEs. So if you fall in any of these categories and you want to reach out, please do send me a DM, send me a WhatsApp, send me anything that you would need me to help you with. But remember, you should associate that with a value, because I'm not going to do it for free. Okay, so some of the comments we have. Lisa Grant, hi. Let's see if I can read some of the comments. This thing is quite tricky. Catherine says, I never heard about the National Employee Development Program because we haven't launched it yet. We're going to launch it before January ends because it's something we want to run throughout 2023. It's a holistic training program for employees of SMEs and startups, and especially for companies that have never trained their employees before or don't consistently train their employees. It's focused on ensuring that employees become productive and they get their employers the result they want. So we work with employers to talk about topics that they want their employees to be trained on, and we bring employees together both virtually and in person, depending on the package you sign up on, and then we train your employees monthly and then do an evaluation quarterly. All right, so that is a national employee development program. Catherine says it sounds exciting. I'm definitely going to bring you on board. Yeah. Okay, so you guys were having conversation here. Okay, so that's fine. Frank Aqua says, really, Frank, 10,000 cities. And I have a lot of work to do because I don't think you hear about Oprah and then you say 10,000 cities. And I'm sure most of you don't even know what the current value of Oprah is, but you know she's a billionaire and that's all that matters, right? So 10,000 there is too low. It's not even dollars. Hey, cities, Frank, try. I won't block you, but you're not my friend. Dovi, you owe me a contact, a visit. We have a lot to do, and the 3% need to be fed. So please level up, level up. Heather says 1 billion. Well, that's a family amount. So yes, collectively, our family is worth 1 billion. But now, eventually, individually, we are all hoping that we'll be 1 billion worth very soon. So thank you, Herbert, for your faith in me. All right, guys. So that is it for today. I don't know if sure I would. You have to. Okay, guys. So thank you. Just continue in the comment section. Tell me what you're passionate about this year, and let's see if there are any synergies that we can have. Because this year we are building a lot of collaborations, we're building a lot of synergies, and we are leveraging on our network to be able to reach out to as many women, young people, startups, and SMEs as possible. So tell me in the comment box, even when this live video ends, if you're passionate about any of these things I've mentioned, these categories I've mentioned, women, young people, startups and SMEs, or anything else you are passionate about or you're doing that you believe these categories of people that we are going to focus on this year will benefit from. So just put it in the chat box. Tell me, Echo, this is what I'm passionate about. This is what my one goal is. Sign up on the one goal campaign, and then let's together help each other to grow. We need each other to grow. When one person becomes successful and it doesn't permeate through a lot of people, we don't become a successful nation. All right. There's no nation in this world where there isn't someone that is successful. But even in the presence of that successful person, some of the nations are still called poor countries. Think about it. All right. So it's not just about you being successful or she being successful or they being successful. It's not just about a few people being successful. It's about a lot of us being successful. Like when you get to America and they say the American dream, it's just that America is set up in such a way that an American has a high probability of being successful. And that's why you get surprised when you see poor Americans. They are very poor Americans, homeless Americans, but it's out of the norm. It's a surprise element. But when you come here, it seems to be normal when people are poor. It shouldn't be. It's only because a few of us know the secrets to becoming successful, which is really not a secret, but it's just like getting exposed to the help you need to be able to all grow together. So let's work together. Let's not be selfish. Let's not keep things to ourselves because, like I said, there's no country on earth where there isn't a successful person. But even in the presence of that successful person, they still call some countries poor. Why? Because a lot of them are not rich yet. We are not a poor nation. We are not a struggling nation. Ghana is not. It's just that a few people are just, doing the most and keeping everything to themselves. And that's the reason why we struggle as a people. Let's together help each other to succeed. Trust me. Let's help each other to succeed. Let's not be selfish. When you pray for Ghanaians. Let Ghanaians be associated with a certain value. I hate this thing about we are hospitable people. What nonsense is that? What is hospitable? If you're hospitable and you're not rich, people will just take advantage of you. We are not maid servants to the world. We are not people's, handymen. No, we are wealthy people. We are people that are enterprising. We are people that are forceful. We are people that are wealthy. not just in natural resources, because Ghanaians are so smart. You find somebody even in your class who was not doing well but travels and is doing amazingly well. Why? Because it's a setting. It's not just, we need to create that enabling platform that ensures that a Ghanaian has a higher probability of success. This whole thing about you get into a church that meets in a classroom and then collectively they build big auditoriums, it's in the same country. How do we not see that it works? Why can't we bring this to private sector? How is it that it only works in a church? I don't get it, but this is where I get passionate about. So let me just end my video before I lose my audience. But the fact of the matter is that it works when people come together. You and I have seen churches that just started very small. And now ICGC as a church started very small, and now they are everywhere in the globe. And everywhere you turn, you see an ICGC church. Why? Because they work together to build the value of this church. Ghanaians need to work together to build the value of Ghana. Let's stop thinking it's just politicians and all these leaders that, no, we need to collectively own our value and our wealth. If you have to associate a value to an average Ghanaian, what will it be? If it's not high enough, then we have a long way to go. Poverty should be, and that's why I love Dovi and what he does. Poverty should be so strange in a country like Ghana that when you see a poor person, you literally want to lift the person out of that place. But now it's such a norm that people actually thrive in that. And it's so sad. It's so sad that, anyway, guys, thank you so much. Like I said, put in the comment box the things you're passionate about and you want to achieve this year. And myself and some amazing, this week, I'm going to release the coaches and the consultants that have agreed to come on the One Goal for 2023 campaign. And you'll be amazed at how passionate they already are about helping people. So thank you so much. I would come your way again in the course of the week. I'm not sure how often I'll be doing these live videos, but like I said, I write well, I speak well, I train well, and well, some of you don't know I do graphics too, but that's not something that I do graphics and website well. And these are things that I'm going to really offer to the world a lot, especially this year. And I just pray that collectively, the Ghanaian dream, the African dream shall be one that is associated with the value that gets respect from the rest of the world. All right. Thank you so much. You have so much potential. Don't look down on yourself. Don't look over your shoulders. Don't look at what other people are doing. Be your best competition. Be your fiercest competition. What you wear in 2022, make sure you double, you triple, you quadruple it this year. Forget everybody else. There were wealthy people before, now the wealthy people we know. So there's always room for people to become rich. Forget everybody else. Don't get under any unnecessary pressure. Just beat yourself every day. Beat your standard every day. Beat the limits that you set yourself. Beat where you got to in 2022. And make sure that in 2023, you doubled, you quadrupled your efforts and your success in 2020. In 2023, you doubled and quadrupled your success in 2020. That's all you really need to do. Just do better every day. Do better every day and avoid unnecessary pressure on yourself. Nobody cares. Trust me, they will probably admire it for a day or two, but nobody cares. So focus on what you do, make sure you deliver it, and make sure that consistently you're building value to your name. Thank you so much for joining me, all of you that were able to make time. God bless you. And till I come your way again, pay attention to my timeline and let me know if you want me to pay attention to your timeline as well. Every day I'll choose one person that I would massively follow and like almost everything you're doing. And I'm hoping that would also attract other people to your page. God bless you and take care till we meet again here. Bye-bye.